Hi everyone, welcome to day 2 of Gloria Dei's online vacation Bible school. I'm really excited to do this craft with you today. So if you've already seen the Bible study the Bible lesson from Miss Janet, you're going to know that we're talking about Psalm 23 and how Jesus is the good shepherd found in the New Testament, and how he talks about that and shares that he protects us and watches over us. And so our craft for the day is going to be making a sheep, because that is what we are. We are Jesus's sheep. We are God's sheep, and we follow him, and we want to remember that. All right? So I'm going to go through my supplies so you can grab them, and feel free to watch and then go grab your supplies and make that afterwards, or watch a second time, okay? You are going to need cotton balls, okay? Any size that you can find is going to be great. You're also going to need paper if you'd like, all right? And I've got some colored pencils, some scissors, some tape. I've got, I'm going to use glue dots, but you can use just plain Elmer's glue. So make sure you ask mom and dad to make sure that that's okay. Now, I have this neat little sheep outline that I had gotten a long time ago. You can also go online and like on Pinterest or just Google sheep, and you can cut out your own sheep if you want, okay? I'm going to use this one, or like I said, we had talked about using paper. You can also cut out your own sheep or just draw on your piece of paper, okay? So we're going to do that. So I need you know what, I'm going to just use a pen. Actually, no, I'm going to get out one of my colored pencils, okay? All right, so I've got my colored pencil. All I'm going to do is I'm going to just draw a head and a body, and I'm going to draw some legs and color them in. Now, this is if I wanted to just color my paper, okay? It doesn't have to be pretty. All it has to do is remind us that we are sheep, okay? I'm going to put an eye, and I'm going to put a mouth, because that's what sheep have, okay? So, and then you can decorate the background if you want. You can also do this separately, where you draw a plain circle, and then you draw a body just like this. You can take this then and cut it out. So there's more than one way to do this activity, okay? All we want to do is make sure that we spend some time making a craft of a sheep that reminds us that Jesus is our good shepherd, and that he takes care of us, and that he's always with us, and that he loves us very much. Okay? Oops. Well, your body doesn't have to be super perfect. Then what I'm going to do too is I'm just going to take and I'm going to cut 4 strips of paper, just like that. I dropped one, so we're going to just do another one. All right, so I've got everything separate. Now I can take my tape and I can glue it together, or tape it together. Okay, so I'm going to tape the head onto the body, just like that, see? And you can put tape on both sides because you're going to cover it with cotton balls, so it really doesn't matter how it works, okay? Then I'm just going to tape on the legs so that they're looking good. And the legs, you can just use like a black crayon or a black colored pencil, whatever you'd like to color them black. Or you can just leave them plain, or you can also just put cotton balls on them too. It's up to you. I'm just going to color mine a little bit. just so they stand out against the cotton balls. And I'll show you here, if you can't see it, the finished product. See? Okay, like I said, you can cut out your own, you can draw your own picture, and I colored on my picture, so we'll cover it with cotton balls. And then you can decorate the background. That's super easy. Or if you find a cool little sheep project online, you can also use that, okay? Just print it out and you can cut it out, color it, and stick glue or stick cotton balls to it, whatever you would like. And the main thing is we want to put this someplace where we can see it each and every day to remind us that Jesus is our good shepherd and that we are his sheep, okay? So I've got I forgot to draw a little face on my one sheep here. Do that quick because I like having sheep with faces. Now, like I said, I'm using glue dots. You can use just Elmer's glue. Just cover your sheep or your picture of a sheep and with glue. And then you're going to just add your cotton balls. And I've got some here. Get that tape out of the way. Okay, and what you want to do too is if you've got the small cotton balls like me, you want to kind of just pull it apart a little bit so it's not so pretty, okay? And then you're going to just stick it to your glue, okay? And you're going to just do that for your entire sheep. Whew, these glue dots are sticky. They're sticking to me, okay? Here, so I'm going to put a second one on. I mean, you don't want to pull your cotton balls too far apart. See? Look at that. I've got a good start. You want to be able to see their face, but you want it to be able to not be quite so clean. Now, you're welcome to do it like that too, if you would like. It's your sheep, so you can do it however you would like. But I like to pull mine apart to make it look like the sheep's been out and about and is just kind of messy. So, and then just keep doing it until your whole sheep is covered. I'm going to put a couple glue dots on so that I can put a few cotton balls on at a time. So, however you can get it to work. Here I'm pulling my cotton ball apart a little bit just to loosen it up. Now, like I said, you can put the cotton balls if you want on the sheep's legs too. You can do that. I chose just to color mine. You can do that too. So, but it's kind of fun to see it with all that, right? The sheep, look at that, the wool hanging out, right? The cotton balls, kind of cool. I got to get the back end here. So I'm going to use just a couple more glue dots. Whoops. That was handy. It came right off in my hand. So, and as you do this, just be remembering what Jesus does for us. You know, he talks about how he is the good shepherd and that he will take care of us. And that's what he promises to do, and that's what he does. So there's my finished sheep that I just drew. And then I can take it and I can put it on my refrigerator to remind me that Jesus is my good shepherd, right? Or I can hang it on the wall in my room to remind me to do the same. Now, if you're going to draw a picture, you can draw the picture if you want. Let me see. I'm going to add some grass and I'm going to add some sky. So I need a couple different colored pencils here. And I'm using colored pencils just because it's easier for me, because it's what I have handy. But if you have crayons or markers, you can just choose to use whatever you want, okay? So I got my grass going. We're gonna make just a little hill, okay? And then I've got my blue crayon. I'm just gonna draw some of the sky. Now you can make this a lot prettier than I'm making mine. and take your time with it. I just don't have the kind of time to show you all of that. Okay? So, but you can see and get my gist, right? Or the gist of it, right? So I've got my sky colored, you know, and you've got a bunch of different crayons and colors or markers or whatever you've got. You can also draw a tree if you want and color it in. I'm just gonna do the tree branches, and then I'm gonna do the tree leaves and make it look kind of fun, like it's out in a pasture, right? Because that's where sheep are out in a field, right? So there's my tree, right? You can do a couple birds if you want. I'm going to do a couple red birds. Look at that. So when you have your picture colored, then I'm going to add my glue dots to put on my cotton balls. Okay? So again, you're just going to, but you can use your glue. And if you need to, make sure you ask for your mom's permission to be able to, or your dad's permission to use glue. Okay. I like these glue dots because they are nice and sticky, but they're not like glue where it gets all over everything. So I don't have to wash my hands afterwards. But using glue, that's kind of the fun part of it, right? Okay, so I've got my glue dots on. Again, I'm going to stretch out my cotton balls because I want to make sure it looks kind of messy and not just super clean. But again, it's completely up to you. This is your picture, and you get to do it however you like. The main point that we want to make sure we do is to remember that this is a sheep, and it reminds us of ourselves and how Jesus is our good shepherd and how he takes care of us because he loves us. Ooh, I'm getting cotton balls all over myself. So just a couple more cotton balls and then I'll show you my finished picture. And again, you know, if you don't like the cotton ball messy look and you want to use regular cotton balls, that's fine too. Just make sure you talk to your mom and dad to make sure it's okay that you're using them. And that you're using them for this project. I don't think your parents will have a problem with it, but it's always good to ask. Okay? All right. So there's my sheep that's all covered, right? Now again, you can cut it out, or you can draw a picture. You can find a fun design online that you can glue together and have it like pop out, or you can just cut out a picture of a sheep from online, have your mom and dad print it out. But it always reminds us about how Jesus is our good shepherd. He takes care of us because he loves us and he wants us to be safe, and we can trust him and we follow him. I love it how it says that the sheep know the shepherd's voice and they follow only that shepherd. That's how we are with Jesus. We know Jesus because of what we read from the Bible, and we know that he loves us and he is the only shepherd that we need to follow. Well, I hope you have fun with your sheep, and I'm so glad you joined me today. I look forward to tomorrow. See you then. Bye.